Hi guys and welcome to another Fool of the Week. This week's Fool is the concrete farmer from Talk TV, Mike Graham. So Mike is upset with people who clearly haven't been paid enough over the last 14 years suddenly getting an increase in their wages. His friends the Tories prefer to pick fights with trade unions instead of listening to their concerns and provide them with decent wages and conditions. Mike would complain about junior doctors, nurses and of course rail staff going on strike. Now that the strikes could be avoided, he's still complaining.
They're always moaning, aren't they? Everyone in the public sector, there's not enough money. The NHS, there's not enough money. Oh, hang on, we can find 1.1 billion to pay junior doctors to stop them going on strike. Oh, we might have to find another couple of billion to pay GPs 11% because now they want some money. Oh, what else can we do? Oh, I know, the trains. What's the problem? I haven't got enough money. Oh, OK, well, why don't we give ASLEF a load of money because they need some money. We'll give them, what, 14%? Yeah, that'll do. Oh, what about you? Mick Lynch over there, RMT. Yeah, what's the problem? Not enough money. Oh, give him some more money. This is the mantra of the people that run the country because they are absolutely and utterly swollen with public money, swollen with taxpayers' funds, swollen with expenses that we pay for. We pay for their lunch, we pay for their dinner, we pay for their television, we pay for their second home, we pay for their electricity bill, we pay for their gas bill, we pay for their food bill, we pay for them to take people out for dinner because it might be on government business. Well, I'm sick of it, quite frankly, you know, and they're going to come to me and ask me for more tax, right? And then they're going to come and arrest me for something I put on Twitter. Yeah, well, it ain't going that way, I'm afraid. I'm not taking it, and I'm not going to have it.
What are you going to do? Get off your backside and march in the street? Start a revolution? Okay. Oh my goodness. Like, first of all, Talk TV and to a lesser extent GB News exist to convince people that tax is bad, public services are bad, the government is bad, it all needs to be reduced, and the richest in society need to pay less tax. But of course they don't directly come out and say that. These are the same people who will complain day in and day out whenever a strike takes place. Why is Mick Lynch going on strike? Why are junior doctors going on strike? They have no reason to go on strike. They should be back in the hospitals. They should be back in their trains or in their train stations. They shouldn't be going on strike. Look at the NHS waiting list. It's going up because these people are going on strike. They never ask why they're on strike. They just criticize them for being on strike. Now that the new government is saying, look, we don't want strikes, what we're going to do is avoid strikes, they're still complaining. They'll never be satisfied. It's ridiculous. So if you don't want to pay doctors and nurses and rail staff or whatever decent wages and conditions, two things will happen. If you don't pay them, they're going to go on strike. So if they go on strike, you don't have a right to complain because you're against the idea of paying them higher wages and improving their conditions. If they don't go on strike, they will, in the case of nurses, for example, will leave the profession or even leave the country. They'll go to Australia, they'll go to Canada where the paying conditions are better, or they'll go and work in the supermarket. Now, is that what you want? Do you truly want a situation where nurses are leaving the NHS to work in a supermarket or work in another country because you don't want to pay them higher wages? You don't want an NHS. And then when there's fewer staff, of course, you're going to have a longer waiting list because you don't have the staff necessary. And then the waiting list will increase and more people will be off sick. And then you're going to complain about that as well. These people just exist, I think, to complain. They're not interested in actually looking at the core problem, and they're definitely not interested in looking at a solution. Yeah, I'm not going to take this anymore. I'm going to sit on my backside in an office, in a studio, and complain. I'm not actually interested in a solution. I'm not actually interested in making sure the doctors and nurses are paid enough. We're not talking about making them rich. We're talking about paying them enough so that they stay in their job. Because if you lose them, everything collapses. Now, he mentioned another thing here about second houses and gas bills. I presume he's talking about politicians here, or maybe very senior civil servants, but these are not the people on strike. Senior civil servants are not on strike. Politicians are not on strike. So who the hell are you talking about? And that's why he's our Fool of the Week. See you next time for our next Fool of the Week.